Hey guys, I'm back. Okay, I think I've got this now. I think we're good. Give you a minute to get in the room. So it's Monday. It is January 13th. My name is Teri Hunter. I am an intuitive astrologer and tarot card reader and spiritual teacher and healer. And hey, Pixie Sacred Journey. Hi, Pauline. Good to see you all. I must have hit a button. That's all I can say. I must have hit a button. I'm in a weird Uranus. Uranus is at 23 degrees of Taurus right now, and it is making some aspect, I think, to my 20-degree Uranus in Leo. That's it, the square. So welcome back, everybody. Today we're going to do some free readings. Oh, yay. And you're first in the room. So here we go. Hi, Catherine. Hi, 145 Club. Okay, so this is what we're going to do. You guys get to ask one question. I'm going to do a 4-card spread for you. And I'm going to pick the deck. It might be my Whimsy deck. It might be my little Royale deck, or it might be my Star deck. Good morning, or I should say good day, Emily. Good to see you. Okay, I know it's the middle of a Monday. I wanted to do this during the cycle of the full moon. Hi, Tropical Girl. Hey, Mindy. We are, the full moon in Cancer starts at 2:26 p.m. Pacific time, and it is conjunct Mars. And I thought, hey, Stephen, you made it. I thought, this would be a good time because maybe conjunct Mars, there's some stuff going on about being brave or things getting hot. And you wanted to ask Spirit a question. So Pixie's the first one in the room. And so I'm going to give her first option to ask a question. Just type it into the chat. Okay. I don't know why you think asking about your home life is not a good question. I think it's a perfectly reasonable question. And frankly, Pixie, your home life and your alignment are intertwined. So why don't we do this? I think I'll use the Star Tarot because that's what's in my hands. And we'll do hey, Molly. Oh, good. I'm so glad you and Max are doing well. Okay. I'm going to see what Spirit, this is how we'll phrase it for Pixie. What does Spirit want you to know about your home life right now? And what I'm going to do, so you guys can participate, I'm going to shuffle the decks, and then I'm going to cut them into 3 piles, and you're going to tell me which pile to choose. So Pixie, take a minute, take a deep breath. Think about your home, think about your intentions, think about what you want, what you're curious about. Whoa. And then tell me whether to pick pile 1, 2, or 3. Two, please. Okay. Hi, Crystal Clear. Welcome. Okay. Our first card is the Chariot. The second is the Fool. The third is the Queen of Wands. And the final is the World. Well, this is actually super significant. One of my favorite words, when you watch my videos, I use it all the time. The Chariot. This is an energy where there's 2 polarities pulling on each other. And the character in the middle is in the midst of a transformation between the physical and what you know on a physical level, and then connecting with the higher energies as you move up your chakras. And when you look at this, it's very much the moon energy It rules Cancer. Today we have a full moon in Cancer. This charioteer, his armor is his intuitiveness. It is reaching for the stars. And yet these horses are pulling him in two different directions. We could almost say that one horse, and I don't want to make the black one the dark horse, but it is traditionally how humans think. Those are our more habitual, more fear-based habits, where the white horse would represent connecting with spirit and the inner knowing, the maternal energy. Because now is a time for Pixie to go on the fool's adventure. Many people think the fool is Uranus when they read the tarot. I don't see that at all. I see Mars. Mars is the pioneer. Mars is the brave one. And again, look, we see the moon on top of the fool's head. You are literally going through a journey of some kind of trusting and inner knowing. So if you've asked a question about what's going to happen to me, then Spirit's saying, what are you inspired to create? Because this particular Queen of Wands, the queens always represent the moon maternal energy. So we're seeing this repetitively. You're being called forth to go into a place of trusting your inner knowing, even if it disagrees with something that's happening on the outside, because there's reward coming with this. And there's a sense of flow, and there's a sense of opportunity to understand that the earth plane has certain rules, boundaries, and limitations, because the world is a Saturn card, okay? But it's Saturn in its reward phase. So I would say, and I just got chills everywhere, and I don't know, maybe you have a mother energy on the other side, because I just felt someone pat me on the back, and there's so much mother energy, so much Cancer energy here. I also want to comment that there are 3 out of 4 of these cards are major arcana cards. You know what? We're not going to give life to homeless. We're going to give life to a home because this cannot be, you cannot be homeless with this. Both of this is reward. This is reward. And this is literally represents home. So this is about intention now. This is about going on a fool's journey of intention. Okay. So I'm assuming that as y'all popped in the room, each one of you wants to ask a question. So Pauline would be our next. And if anybody is inspired to make a donation, they go up the line. That's just the way the other tarot card people do it. So I've decided that I could do it too. But Pauline, do you want to put your question in the chat? Little Miss, welcome. Will I actually find out my true purpose this year? Okay, I'm inspired to use the Whimsy deck with you. I don't think it's really called the Whimsy deck, but I just make up things on my own. Warrior for Truth, happy belated holidays as well. Okay, let me see. Will you actually find? It's an interesting question, Pauline, because more often than not, when we start to listen to our inner voice, it takes us in a direction that feels a little scary. Not only where you're meant to be, Pixie, you're also meant to intend where you want to be, and that's the same thing for Pauline. That this purpose, it's truly the purpose in the soul coming to the earth plane is to choose. CHOOSE. There is no other purpose. It is to choose. Choice is karma. Choice is love. Choice is fear. And the more we stand in choices that we love that may bring fear, the more authentic we feel to our souls. So, Pauline, I'm asking you, pile 1, 2, or 3, my dear. One. Okay, great. If I look tired, I am. Okay, Hierophant. Oh, I like that. The 5 of Wands, the Tower, and the Queen of Swords. Well, this is very interesting because the Hierophant is You'll see the Taurus energy immediately when you look at this particular deck. But look at the sacred connection between this human and even the nakedness of the torso where all the organs lie, and this beast of this. There's a connection. This is a connection to your creativity. This is an honoring of your creativity. This is an honoring of your voice. Taurus rules the second house, which is not just the voice that we speak with, which is really reflected more in the Gemini energy, but the voice of our confidence, the voice of our opinion, the voice of our perspective. That's what that second house means. Now, the opportunity or the obstacle is sort of this interesting dynamic of, when I look at this, Pauline, I see hide and seek, almost as if there's like your creative muses, what you enjoy. There's a part of you that, like, this is traditionally a card of competition, but I don't know that I feel competition. I feel almost like it would be more like facets of yourself where you might feel like there's the possibility of something new and something fun, but then, am I good enough at it? Am I smart enough at it? Am I talented enough at it? Because I think the Tower is honestly trying to blow this particular idea up. I feel like, you guys have watched me, Pauline. I know you have for sure. A lot of you have watched me for years on YouTube doing astrology, and I've been growing and learning, but I've always been just Teri's perception. I often disagree with some of the more key words. And so I feel like that's part of what Spirit wants you to know, is to go to the beat of your own drum, girl. Whatever it is, you have no purpose assigned to you by God, but you have a soul's yearning that wants to come out. And it may be just ever so slightly timid and shy initially because the connection may feel so sacred to your heart. The Hierophant is also a card of spirituality, of beliefs. It's where the Fool first comes into the the major arcana and meets religion and meets large organizations that have that are like machines, where individual thought gets absorbed. And here Spirit is saying, no, honor your individual thought and individual yearnings. So I would offer you this. I would offer sort of a prayer type mantra where I said to myself, all right, I would like to hear my inner voice. I would like to hear my soul and what it would like to experience. And I'm willing to take adventures in that way. The law of attraction, and Esther Hicks, I'm sure you guys are familiar with her a bit. She does these little adventures where she'll go on walks and she'll say, all right, Spirit, should I go right or left here? Should I go forward or backward? And all the while she'll be looking for beauty along the way. And I feel like this would be a good little exercise for you so that you could trust a path that makes no sense to anybody else, and not look for how to be of service to anybody else, but to honor the creativity and the joy that comes from within. Okay, I think that's it for my Pauline. Who's next? Let me look. Again, I will tell you, if you throw a little money on a donation of some kind, you'll go to the top of the class. And I say that not to do this because it's a money-making endeavor, but all of life is an exchange of energy. Okay, Catherine, you are the third person in the room, and you get to ask a question. You're welcome, Pauline. Okay, 3, please. I will use the Gilded Royale with you. Again, when you guys ask what the next phase of life holds, Spirit very much says, what do you intend? Because the intention then sets sort of, oh, you know what? I think I'm changing my mind. I'm going to use this whimsy again, because I just saw the Knight of Pentacles, and the Knight of Pentacles in this deck is holding a roadmap. And I feel like, oh goodness, I have to remember I'm talking to Catherine, right? Yeah. Okay. I want to I want to say this, because when you ask what life holds for you, I almost feel like it's like, spirit, this is the experience I'd like to feel fulfillment. I'd like to feel valued around people or situations, and then spirit can start to lead you on the path to that fulfillment. The open-endedness. So did I skip you? No, you'll be next, 145 Club. I'm sorry. I'm all by myself. I have no moderator. But thank you for speaking up. Okay. So let me look and see. So we're Catherine, then we're going 145 Club, and then Stephen. Okay. What do spirits have to, what's for your highest and greatest good as you start to muse on? Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Okay. Did you see me shuffling? Okay. You saw it, right? And I said, I wonder if the Knight of Pentacles is going to show. He just flipped over in the deck. Oh my gosh. This is so, Catherine, this is so wildly important. Of course, that's the first card, because you get to choose the roadmap, and then spirit will start opening the doors. But you do that with your heart, hon. You don't do that with your head, and you don't do it with like, oh, money. You have to do it with, because Knight of Pentacles will bring it into the material. Look, literally, that's what I said before. This is literally freaking me out. I got to tell you, this is why I love doing these, like working with spirit. They do such magical things. Okay, let's see where, okay, now I've made a mess of things. Hold on. I got myself so excited. I got everything all turned around. This is fun. I can't believe that just happened. Okay. Knight of Pentacles. And you said pile 3, right? Another card just flew out of the deck. The 6 of Wands. Okay, I have to take it. Number 3 was what you said. Yes, okay. I'm only going to get to pull 2 cards because 2 have already flown out. And the 8, okay. We see exactly what's going on here. All right. So as the question sits, here we go. What do I know the next phase holds? The next phase holds for you an opportunity to literally direct something and have spirit align with you, so that you can feel a sense of victory and a sense of purpose, as what you've walked through in the past is literally the paving steps. But part of the challenge for you, Catherine, is that you might have a tendency to look at where you cannot move, where you feel bound. And if you look at these characters, obviously this is the mirror here, but everything that she needs is in this satchel. All of the ideas are here. So again, worrying about what somebody else thinks or somebody else's opinion, it will do no actually good for you. This is time to take what you've built and start to move something forward. We start with a roadmap and then we end with movement. So I think this is, again, engaging spirit to help you be brave enough to move forward in alignment with them, regardless of whether you can see the outcome right now or not. Because this is in the angel's advice, is to be mindful of where you bind yourself up, because victory is here for you, or potentially. But you're going to have to take your talents and what you've built, and you're going to have to move in that direction. Okay, now 145 Club, then Stephen. And then I'm going to try to scroll back to the top of the list. I'm excited so many of you have joined it. I didn't know if during the week you'd be able to join me. Okay, well, here's my question. I'm in the final stages of editing my second novel and would like to know if I can find a publisher. Oh, I love a question like this. Oh, Elfie, I love that name too. I love a direct, straightforward, let's use the Gilded Tarot. I think this is like a money deck. So let's look at this. I want you to start to imagine, as you've finished your manuscript, your novel, that I want you to imagine it being accepted, and then we're going to tell me pile 1, 2, or 3. Thank you, Karen. All right, Miss Elfie. We're looking for pile 1, 2, or 3. Three. Okay. We have the 9 of Swords, worry. We have the World, reward. We have the Devil in the Angel's advice. And then we have the Knight of Swords. This is an interesting energy. The 9 of Swords is a worry card, straight up. And the thing about it is that there really is not anything to worry about. Now, you said this is your second, you're in the midst of editing your second novel. And as I look at this particular deck, do you see the woman behind the swords? She's wearing the red cloak, her eyes are closed. As I was shuffling, I felt like 145 Club, a little bit of this is about you starting to think that this book is, I don't want to say, because I think you believe it's worthy of being published, but I think that there's publishers that you would want, but you're not sure that you can reach those type of publishers, like Hay House, or maybe it's, I can't even think of Schuster or something. I don't know. And I feel like Spirit's saying your opportunity is to reach for it. Your opportunity is to start to invite it in, to start to say, okay, here we go. This is what I want to experience, because now I have this big fear card in the way of the devil. And here I feel like this is things that you can't see that might be getting in your way, because the way this ends is being brave enough to go to the heights. 145 Alfie is literally follow the eagle, to be able to, on some level, go to the very edge. This is kind of akin to the Fool right now, okay? In the sense of, I think that there's something else about the story that as you're finishing it, I just want to put it this way. I think you should put it down for 2 weeks. I think you should then come back at it, because I feel like I need to go back in and come at it from a more, less of the writer's way. Like, I feel like you're thinking too much of the audience right now somehow, and you need to go back to you. There's something coming through in the way of an inspired idea. I also want to offer this to you real quickly. I don't know where Pisces is in your chart, okay? Find out your rising sign. I'm pretty sure you know it. And look and see, because there's going to be a stellium coming. Because I don't think that you're supposed to self-publish this book. I don't think you're supposed to find a publisher. I think you're supposed to tell the Spirit to bring the publisher to you, and that you will be brave enough to walk through the inspired ideas that say, oh, I'm a crazy person, but I'm going to throw my ring over I'm going to throw my treatment that direction. I'm going to pull one more here. And there's the High Priestess. Okay, this is 3 out of 5 major arcana cards. And I want to offer this as well, because the Devil card is almost always thought of as the dark, dancing with the devil, but it rules the sign of Capricorn. Capricorn rules leadership. It rules authority. It rules big companies. So this literally could be Spirit saying, because this is in the angel's advice, to go for your dream publisher. And here you're going to have to be brave in doing so. And maybe it's not just once, but it's multiple times. It's being willing to go back in over and over again if at first you don't get the attention you want. Okay. Wow, you guys. Awesome possum. Thank you, everybody. Stephen is next. And then I'm going to love on everybody, but I'm going to go then Karen, then Patricia. Catherine, I did already. Okay. And then once I get through all those, if anybody else is wonderful or wants to donate, they'll go up to the top of the class, but then I'll go back to the top of the class, if I'm making sense. Okay. So Stephen, did you already give me your question? Let me scroll. I don't think I see your question, Stephen. Did you write it down already? I don't know if I see it. Oh, here it is. Okay. Will the projects and educational program I am creating bring wealth and prosperity? Let's see. Now, Stephen, if I recall, you are, give me your rising. Aren't you a Sag rising? That's why you're the Jupiterian. Yeah. Because Cancer, you're welcome, 145 Club. When for everybody, when Jupiter moves into Cancer in June, this is a very auspicious time for expansion, to take advantage. Sag rising, Sag moon, Sun in Pisces. Okay, Sun in Pisces, stellium coming up in Pisces is going to be super powerful. And this is again where I want to say again, but this is left over from yesterday. Saturn's transit through Pisces has been tasking us all to be disciplined in our connection with our inner voice, with our soul, with our connection to the divine, because that connection is going to be so powerful moving forward. And with the stellium that's convening here, Venus is going to move through Pisces. She's going to go into Aries. She's going to retrograde back into Pisces. Mercury's going to go through Pisces, move into Aries, retrograde back into Pisces. Super powerful time to take advantage of, like, connecting with spirit and then taking inspired action, or creating an inspired plan, or going over a project, or a Stephen, start to pick your pile, 1, 2, or 3. We remember that Pisces is a sign of creativity, of song, of music, of fantasy, of imagination, of spiritual connection. It's also, it's a highly medicated, you got to watch your, you want to watch your, it's spirits or spirits. It's medication or meditation. It's pharma or pharma. So, okay, 2. Because where I'm going with this is that it's going to be a polarizing time, and some people may start to slip, and then others are going to go and excel in really crazy ways, and people aren't going to understand why. And it's going to be because they've been connected to that deeper truth within. Okay, we have the Strength card, which is the Leo energy of self-creation, of fun, entertainment, your projects. We have the Page of Swords. We have the Hierophant. And then we have the 5 of Wands. Interesting. Okay. This is what I want to say. I pulled a clarification card for Stephen, because most people, when they start a project, they cannot help but, look at the landscape ahead and imagine the competition. And this is where, again, everybody has their own voice, their own perspective, their own way of being. The Strength card absolutely indicates that, but it also tells you, Stephen, that you're going to have some fortitude and keep your eye on the prize of what you want to create. There are going to be new ideas that are going to come through, but there's also a focus on competition or on potential adversarial energies. They don't necessarily have to be within the project itself. It could be how people perceive the project and whether or not they're aligned to you. For example, and I'll use the Hierophant in the Angel's Advice. When I started to use the tarot, when I first started doing YouTube, I didn't want to use the tarot, not because of the competition, but because of the connotation to the tarot. I wanted to be very earthbound and not too out there. I think what's happening is that you're going to start to shift your beliefs about being more authentic to yourself. In some ways, that Hierophant is very much that Taurian energy of expressing your voice and your skills, because this ended with a bit of a competition going on, but then we have this making money. So yes, you do have the potential to make money, but part of it is you having the tenacity to see it through, regardless of how you perceive the competition, other people's opinions. Of course, you want to appeal to your audience, or whoever is viewing the project. But as you are authentic to yourself, you will draw the people that are drawn to your work or to your project. So yes, there is the potential, but you will be putting in the hard work. The 8 of Pentacles is a money-making card. Okay, Thank you, everybody. I'm so excited. I got to scroll back up and see who's next. Okay. Karen's next, I think. Yes. Karen. Okay. Thank you, Crystal Clear. Karen, I'm ready for your question. Okay. Am I aligned to the right timing and energy for my startup business to grow and succeed? I'm a Leo rising, Leo sun, Taurus moon. I love the way you phrased that question. That is brilliant because it's exactly alignment. Because and that alignment starts to have things move very quickly. Now, we know that Pluto is moving through Aquarius, right? And depending upon the degree of your sun and the degree of your rising, Pluto will start to have an effect. Now, Pluto, if we think of Leo rising, that seventh house is Aquarius. Pluto could bring a really innovative and exciting and electric partner. But part of your challenge will be to have the discernment within your own heart and to trust your Taurus moon to allow for pacing when you partner up. And I want to offer this too, Karen, because as you start up your own business, I don't know what's going on in your love life, but I just got this crazy feeling of a love bubble fluff up for some reason, and the potential distraction of that, even if it's good. So I want to offer this. I wonder if that love bubble fluff up happens when Pisces is your eighth house. And then there's also Mars going back through Leo later this year. And that could bring a guy in, or I don't know, maybe depending on, I just talk like the old fashioned boys and girls. So forgive me there. But in any case, some love bubble might be coming up. Let me look here. Hold on. I think you are aligned. And because the Pluto thing could bring in the right partners, the right investors, it could bring in the money that's necessary, and bring in the balance. And everybody focuses in on the dark side of Pluto, but Pluto is the phoenix that rose from the ashes, and literally Los Angeles is about to rise from the ashes. Hey, Queen Leo, welcome. I'm so excited to see everybody. Oh, I might have to do this more often. This is fun. I get to interact. I get to talk with you all. It's fun. I miss Small Wildflowers, but she has a day job, poor thing. Okay. Not that y'all don't have day jobs. Sorry. All right, pile 1, 2, or 3. Where am I going, Miss Karen? 1. Okay. We have the death card. This is not bad because when you're transitioning and you're starting a business, your one thing is dying, another thing is coming to life. The 6 of Wands is victory after the wars. The 3 of Wands is seeing your future and your ship is almost coming in. And there's the Judgment card. Let's see where we're going with this. Page of Swords. I have to pull a few more. Okay. I want to offer you this idea. There's a bit of transformation happening with your startup business, okay? And I want to say it this way, because technology may come into play within the next couple of years when it comes to growing your business. And I'm not meaning it in necessarily the way I was seeing it, as a tool, not as a platform. So there may be something that comes into play for you over the next few years that is like you're going to be going along and reach a certain level of success, but then I think there's the potential of a jump somewhere else. And I'll tell you why. And I almost feel like potential of partnership of some kind. Or a collaboration might be a better way to put it. The death card is transformational, okay? I had to have my day job and the security of my day job die in order to be Teri, the astrologer, and the intuitive. Here's an opportunity for success, but it is hard won. You've worked very hard for it. You've had to go out and battle your interior demons. And Spirit says to keep your eye on the prize because something is coming in. Your ship is coming in, but it hasn't happened yet. Now, this is the Judgment card is Plutonian. Okay, so something shifts. Now I see this Page of Swords, and he's got a little bit of a gruff look on his face, but the bluebirds, The bluebirds are what got me. A message is coming somehow. A message of something is coming through, and the lovers is offering a choice. And I want to tell you this because if indeed, and I think you're going to know what this is, Karen, is like if you have an opportunity to collaborate with somebody and it seems like it would bring ease and it would bring ease financially, but you're not so sure that you would align character wise, don't do it. Don't do it. And don't let anyone give you anything for free. There's some weird feeling of that because I feel like there's going to be some sort of choice that comes up. This Lover's card is Gemini. It is a choice. It's also your community, your neighborhood. So something's going to transpire and change before the momentum starts to really get flowing. I'm going to pull just one more card. The Knight of Cups. See, you know when I told you that I thought a guy was going to come back? I think you got to be careful of some guy or somebody that you have had a relationship, a loving sort of passionate something that might be interruptive to that too. So be careful of that. Because if that person is not completely healthy for you, not that they're unhealthy, but if they're distracting, not in a good way, I tend to think something might happen that way. All right, who's next? I hope that helped, Karen, because I think, yes, your momentum is good. I think you're going to have to keep your eye on the prize. I think that some guy is coming back for lack of a better okay, well, the past, that sometimes that was weird past. It could be somebody new, but they resonate like the old person. And yeah, just be mindful. Okay, just be mindful because I just feel like there's like a little temptation island on its way for you. So keep yourself as the highest priority. Okay, now let me see who's next. Okay. I think, is that Patricia? Heels, is that a heel slip? May 12th, Taurus with Aries rising and Libra moon and wood snake. I'm expecting a year. Can you give me a snippet? Thank you. Okay. I'm not quite sure what the question is, Miss Patricia. Can you give me a little more clarity so I can? I'm not quite sure because. Yay. Oh, there you are. Trish or Pats? Oh, okay. I like Trish. He slip. Okay, got it. Okay, and what is our question? I know you're talking about the year ahead, but can we narrow it a little? I'm going to use a different deck with you. I'm going to use the Star Tarot with you, I think. Okay, there we go. Highlights, please. Teri, thank you for insistence. I would love to get Sedona from Australia this year. Oh, well, welcome, Australia. Let's see. I don't know why you want to come to this country when it's such a crazy place right now. But I guess Australia might be a little crazy too. Who knows? The world's a little crazy. All right, let's see. Think about what pile you're looking for, Trish. 1, 2, or 3. I'm ready when you are. Two, please. Okay, got it. All right, we have the 9 of Pentacles. This is lovely. We have the Death card. That's transformation. We have the 7 of Wands. And then we have, yes, I think you might. Now you're going to have to put a little intention behind it, but it's interesting. I don't know that I felt that you were like moving to Sedona, but if you intend to take a trip, I absolutely think you're going to go. And will it inspire some things? Absolutely. It's going to inspire some transformation. The Nine of Pentacles is a self-made woman. And in this deck, there's so many beautiful things about this. There may be a little delay, but expect the unexpected. Because even if there's a delay, there's a reason for the delay, because that means that the people that you will meet when you go on the trip wouldn't have been there if you went when you thought you were supposed to go. This is a self-made woman. She knows how to create peace for herself. Well, you didn't need to take that out. Because I think that there's a transformation. There's a I don't want to say a transformation. I believe that you, Trish, are having a new awareness of something. I think that the death card isn't death, but rather the phoenix rising. Okay. Rather, I think that whatever the death part has already transpired. And now spirit is saying to stay in that inspired energy, to hold yourself. This character is like literally the lion is roaring. I feel like he's protected by these inspiring, firing ideas. And then here we have wish fulfillment. Well, I want to offer you this idea because I think that's wonderful. I too am a self-made, self-employed woman. And when years ago in 2017, I hadn't been working for myself very long. And my friend invited me to go to Savannah, Georgia for a week. And I had literally $700, literally total $700 in my whole world. And I went with my $700 and I said to Spirit, I'm not going to spend money frivolously. I'm going to buy things I want. I'm going to eat what I want. I'm going to sleep where I want. And your job is to make sure the money comes through to fulfill that adventure. And they did. So I think you're good to go. It's just a matter of planning, meaning your timing. So if there's been a delay, then Spirit has something better in store for the trip when you go. So that would be a yes. All right, I'm going to go back and see who's next. All right, so who's next is Crystal Clear. I choose 3. But what's the question, Crystal? If you're going to choose 3, that's cool. But what's the question? I'm going to use whimsy with you. Sometimes you just got to say yes and just do it. Is Crystal Clear? She's still here, right? Crystal Clear, she's still here. That's kind of funny. There you are. Should I go ahead with a decision or not? Okay. It sounds like you've actually already made the decision. So how do you feel about me saying, is the decision that you've made for your highest and greatest good? Because it sounds like you kind of already made the decision. Did you make the decision? Thank you, joyful Jennifer. I don't try to be funny. I'm a character. My mom used to tell me when I was younger to suffer because it builds character. And I used to say back to her, I have more character than any person needs. I don't want to suffer any longer. Crystal, have you made your decision already? Yay or nay? Well, I'm just going to. I was a smart ass of a kid, I'll tell you for sure. I was way smarter than my mom. It wasn't good. Okay, let's see. We're going to go with pile 3. Got it? Look at this. This is literally a decision has to be made. The 2 of Swords. How crazy is that? Then the Moon. Then the Knight of Pentacles and the Lovers. Wow. This is all about decision. And the decision is to think about the future and where you actually want to go. It's also about, the moon in the tarot actually rules Pisces energy. And I think that the decision, I'm going to have to pull one more on this because the Lovers card, um, both the Two of Swords and the Lovers are literally like similar energies about a decision. Okay. I want to offer it this way because Crystal, the decision of your heart and the decision of your head are like the decision of love and the decision of fear. When we look at the Two of Swords, this girl is direct. She doesn't need, she's thinking with her heart. She's not seeing with her eyes. She is literally harnessing her thoughts to go in the direction that she wants them to go. The moon is Piscean. It can be very foggy. There can be two sides. If this decision is about someone and whether or not that person is, good for you. Pisces is like, it's very kind of polarizing, I think. I mean, it rules bipolar if you think about it, because it rules serious mental illness and crack ups and breakdowns. But it rules also this somebody being like two different things. Like, I wonder if you're wrestling with someone, because when I look at this Knight of Pentacles, I think they're asking if whatever this choice is going to take you where you want to go. Because the choice right now feels like it's being made from fear, or there's still fear. The Devil card over here attached to the Lovers, this is Capricorn. So even if it's about a job or about building something, is it building towards your future of what you really want? Is it fostering this kind of feeling? I think that they're saying to hold off making the decision until the fear has cleared and until you've gotten a bigger and more clear vision of where you want to go. This echoes back to the Knight. I think you know where you want to go. I just think you don't know how to get there. And I think you're not supposed to know how to get there. You're supposed to emote and invite it in. And if it has to do with another person and the Lover's card is literal, and you're making a decision about a human, well, Venus in Capricorn will make you a practical thinker. It really will. It will make you want to build something that's sustainable and true and authentic to, and you won't like it if it's just in your head. It has to be in the material world. So if this has anything to do with a relationship, I would wait until I would not make the decision just yet. If it is about a job, I would make the decision based on joy, not money. And I would trust that Spirit was going to bring me a new opportunity if I say no. Okay. All right. Let's see where I'm going next. Tobin. I love your name, Tobin. I had a dog, Toby, but I love that. That's better. Tobin, what is your question? Yeah, well, this is a very spiritual feat quest. That's your opportunity. Want to buy forever home. My heart is aligned. Is the right time from a financial perspective. All right, let's look. I just thought of all the people that are going to need to buy homes in the Los Angeles area. I'm in the Pacific. I it says that, but let's see about if it's a good time to buy a forever home. It's funny, as I check into your energy, Tobin, I almost feel like it's not really about buying the home. It almost feels like it's a home it represents something else. I immediately saw a craftsman house, which is my favorite kind of house. I love the detail of the wood and clearly the craftsmanship it takes to build one. And I almost felt like that was you. Are you a tinkerer with wood in any way? Yeah, new home, exactly. Are you a tinkerer? Do you like to work with, like, would you buy this home and want to work on it? I love craftsmen so much. I love a man who works with wood too, to be honest. I just get like immediately, it's like a love language. If somebody could make something with wood, I'm like, oh, I love you. All right, Tobin, we're going to look and see what is your number, 1, 2, or 3. Have done lots of renovations. Oh yeah, okay. See, I felt that. Like, okay, good. Let's see what 2 has to say. The Knight of Swords, the Page of Pentacles, the Chariot, and the 5 of Swords. That's interesting. I would say this. I would almost reevaluate the area where you're buying or where you want to buy. I don't know where you are in the world, but because the Chariot is in the angel's advice, and that's Cancer, the home. And I almost feel like if you were buying property because it's affordable, that might not be, even if you're handy. I almost feel like buying a fixer-upper in a nicer area would be better than buying a fixer-upper in an area that is promising. Hold on, let me look at this. Okay. And I want to offer this too. Are you buying this alone? Because don't buy it with another person, unless you're married, of course. But because this 5 of Swords is a very weird energy at the end of this. I get the Page of Cups and the wish fulfillment. So one of 2 things could happen. One, you could pick something and it's a Toyota, lemon from Toyota, because you went sort of, more about the money, California versus out of state, and yes, buying alone. I wouldn't buy in California right now. I would buy out of state. I don't know that California is great. I don't know where you are, but oh God. But because this would almost feels better to follow your heart and do something that feels a little bit braver. This feels a little bit like I win and I lose at the same time. So you could buy something, but I don't know. I think I got to go a little bit stretch. If you buy in California, then maybe rural California or something that doesn't feel like, a big city, something where it feels like a gamble a little bit because of this Knight of Swords. So overall, I think you will get a property, but I'm going to tell you, I think California is burning down, exactly. But the other thing though, is there could potentially be where you find something you like and the deal falls through for some reason, and then you have to go do it again, but it turns out okay, because this Page of Cups and this this 9 of Cups is wish fulfillment. Everything is flowing, abundance is coming, and we're celebrating. So if for some reason, that first deal or a deal has fallen through and you've been disappointed, bygones. Okay, let's see who's next. Okay, just call me C. My question is in the comments, not enough space to write it here. Okay, just call me C. I got to find you here. Is it above? It might be above. Let me look above. Oh, there it is. My mom and I need protection from my mom's partner. I also need to file for guardianship of my mom and need to find housing for us and my mom's dog. Will the universe protect us and create a clear path for us to go safely? All right. First of all, I want to offer this. Whenever I am in distress, I always thank the universe for clearing the path. I always thank the universe for bringing the inspired ideas. I always tell them that I'm more than willing to be brave in following that inspiration. And I want to offer this too, because there's a lot of it's like is your mom super like nervous or fear-based or a little freaked out right now or something? I don't know why for some reason I'm getting this feeling of nerves, but I think it's coming from your mom. A real vulnerability. Oh, okay. There's the vulnerability. All right. Let's see where we're aligned to feeling a sense of safety and security. Did you tell me what pile you want? Just call me C. When you say grinds, what does that mean? I don't know. I don't have any people with dementia around me. I'm assuming is that grinding your teeth, but not when partner's there. What does that mean? Her teeth. It is her teeth. Huh. I don't know what that actually means. Um, Tell me which pile to pick, 1, 2, or 3. Okay, 1. The 3 of Cups, this is celebration. The Ace of Wands is inspired ideas. The Ace of Swords is still more inspirations. And the Six of Swords is moving into smoother waters. Um, when I look at this, just calling me see that the 3 of Cups is not just celebration, it's also wisdom. It's the 3 phases of the woman, the maiden, the maternal, and the crone. And here we see the moons here. I feel because she's super nervous. She's very nervous because she I believe that dementia, as it comes on, it becomes this sort of in between place between feeling myself as a soul and then being still in the physical. Because I think this is new inspirations that come through new conversations, meaning starting to say thank you to the universe. When I am before the fire started, I mentioned this at the beginning of the broadcast. I spent probably from around New Year's Eve, maybe New Year's Day, got bad on the 2nd, and to the point where I was more than happy to cancel the live on the 5th. I was so anxious and nervous, and that hadn't happened since 9/11 and the terrorist attack in Redlands. And so I know what that feels like now. So I say to Spirit, thank you for, bringing all the resources, the things that I need, because there is a moving into smoother waters of some kind. There is a soul shifting into a more calm place. But on some level, I have to trust that my cup will be filled and and I keep seeing a younger man. Do you have a brother or do you have a husband? I think it's a brother. Do you have a brother? I need to know if you have a brother. Maybe I have a brother. Something's going to open up. Have you applied for some sort of benefit? Never met my brother. Oh, then are you married? Do you have a boyfriend? Do you have a something? I don't know why I feel like there's a young associated with a younger person or a man. There's somehow, have you applied for some kind of housing through the state or through Habitat for Humanity or something? Then I think that's going to go through. That's going to start to bring things in. That's what I was getting, is that you're going to somebody, for some reason, a young man felt like no reply. Well, not yet. Not yet. Doesn't mean it's not going to go through. Something's coming through. That's the rare white buffalo. Yeah. I think you're going to be okay. I think that I would follow up, and make sure that, you're in process if you haven't heard yet. But overall, I think you're going to be okay. I think you're going to move. I keep seeing Habitat for Humanity. I went and did a volunteer thing, so I feel like I'm in a modest little place, and things will be calmer then. So I hope that the white buffalo is really wonderful. This is the 6 of Pentacles where something is bestowed upon me. But part of it is you keeping your mind aligned to, again, the timing of it, so that you get the perfect location and not just housing, but good neighbors. So we're looking at a bigger picture of our experience. Okay. Hi, Jules. Okay. How it's working right now is that the people that are giving a little donation are getting the first come, first serve. And then after that, I go to the top and see who's next in line. Right now, Julia Essentia is up, and she said, went through something difficult at work and was wondering what is coming up for me in career and work. All right, let's see, Julia. You're going to pick pile 1, 2, or 3, and I'm going to use the Gilded Tarot for my Julia. Is Lucy Rose here? Hi, Lucy. I didn't see you come in the room. Welcome. We're having fun. We're just here playing with the tarot cards today. And any minute, in about 19 minutes, we'll be experiencing the full moon and its height, giving us illuminations into our intuitiveness. Now I want to offer this to you. Those of you who listen to me a long time, you know I don't like the word healing because it infers that I'm broken or something is amiss. I like the word balance, right? So full moons offer us balance because they give us information that gives us an opportunity to step into a new light. And as I say that, the sun is popping up. But let me focus on Julia, on the issue at work. What's going on with that? All righty. The cards are flying all over the place. Julia, did you tell me which pile? Oh, yeah, 1, please. Okay, got it. Here we go. The 10 of Pentacles, the Strength card, the Hanged Man, and the 6 of Wands. Well, I will say this. The 10 of Pentacles is a card that represents big money. It represents traditions like big companies like Bank of America and Ralph's Market and things like that. So here, what I think is going on is this is really representing your company. Now, interesting, look at the little mice or rats in there. I'm assuming that this guy or whatever the situation at work felt like there were little rats squealing on you. And right now, while you're going through the process, Spirit is saying to keep your eye, be gentle, this is the Leo energy. This is gentle. This is having the fortitude to be tame with the beast versus trying to wrestle the beast down, because there is a little bit of this is a situation that doesn't seem to end initially right away. There is and I don't mean that the argument stays the same, but the feelings may not go back to neutral right away. But overall, you have much control over this, Julia, because here is the victory through the wars. So oftentimes when I'm in a disagreement with somebody, especially when I'm feeling super sinister and I really want to twist them, I will be the most balanced, rational person in the argument or in the situation. I will go quiet sometimes because quiet is a very powerful tool. So I think you're going to be victorious over the situation with the argument at work. I think that potentially the powers that be are already aware of some imbalance. I can't help but see those little mice. They look a little mischievous amongst all that money. So hang tight. If the situation doesn't appear to resolve itself immediately, it will be forthcoming. And you will feel victorious, but I also want to recommend humbleness in the moment. That will go a long way. Woo! Hello, Natasha. I think she thinks she just jumped to the head of the class with her donation. Okay, Miss Natasha, are you wanting to ask oh, there you are. Hello. Yes, what question would you like to ask, my dear? Stephen, does that mean you feel like weepy squishy, or you just feel you feel like squishy, like soft? It's moving through my 4th house. Oh, Natasha, that was very nice. I was looking for the question, my dear. Thank you so much. What would you like to ask? I think I'm going to use whimsy with you. Lucy, you're like, oh, you're stepping up. I love you. I've never done these lives like this before, so it's been very fun. But I already know that my moderator is amazing, but she's even more amazing. I'm missing my question, Miss Natasha. Did you already ask it somewhere in the chat and I didn't see it? Let me know. And Miss Natasha, also think pile 1, 2, or 3. We want to keep the gravy train rolling so we can get to as many people as possible. I look so tired today. The winds in California are drying my skin out, and my skin is super old. I miss my Zoom filter. Where's Miss Natasha? Does she not want to ask a question? Maybe she didn't even want to ask a question. Okay, what I'm going to do, I'm going to move on from Miss Natasha, and when she wants to ask her question, we'll get her next up. And I'm going to go back to the top of the chat, way over an hour ago. And Mindy, oh no, Emily, and then Tropical Girl. Are y'all still here? Emily and Tropical Girl. Oh, wait, there's Natasha. There she is. In order to move. Okay. Emily and Tropical Girl, remember, you're up next as soon as people stop giving me money. Okay. All right. My question, in order to move, I'd like to know whether or not I'll secure the job I applied for. Okay. Would you like pile 1, 2, or 3? Got it. Well, one, 2, or 3, Miss Natasha. I see that. I just need to know which pile she wants me to draw from. I got that, Lucy. Thank you. What I'm doing is I'm cutting the deck into 3 piles and then having the questionnaire you tell me which pile, but I haven't heard back from Natasha. Pile 1, 2, or 3, Natasha. 1, 2, or 3. Okay, I think there we go. I was going to say pile 2, rightio. Here we go. We have the 2 of Wands. We have the 10 of Swords. We have the Queen of Cups, and we have the Ace of Cups. Miss Natasha, I think you have been really, really worried. This apparently not having this position has been very stressful, but the answer would be yes, because the 2 of Wands is an ability to see your future, looking towards the future. We see the world globe above, up in the trees. Here's that stress. It's been extremely dramatic and very difficult. But here comes the the Queen of Cups. This is wonderful. This is really, she's dancing. She's got what she wants. And this is also about moving into a new home, if I remember, the job and then the home, right? Or in order to move. Okay. Yes. Here is the Ace of Cups. This is a beautiful yes for you. The world is offering you a pearl, So, I think this is terrific for you. And I want to offer it this way, because in order to help facilitate the or expedite the movement of what you're wanting with the job and with the move, I would use this little exercise. It says, when I get the new job and I'm able to move, it feels like this, and take the alphabet. And if you're multilingual, use whatever languages you can speak, and put down adjectives. This helps focus the energy and helps spirit move things out of the way so things can happen more quickly. It feels very good. I would have to give that a big thumbs up for Miss Natasha. Okay, I think Michelle Lee is next. Yes, she is. Would like to change careers. Any guidance for me? All right. I think I'll use the Star Tarot. And Miss Michelle, what pile? 1, 2, or 3? Pile 2, got it. Oh, thank you. Just call me C. All right. We said pile 2, correct? Yeah. No, wait. Yeah, Michelle. Okay. Ooh, the Chariot. This is lovely. We like that. The Knight of Wands, the Death card in the Angel's Advice, and the Knight of Pentacles. Let me just see how you phrased it. I would like to change careers. Any guidance for me? I will tell you that I think this is a wonderful energy. The Chariot is, it's really in almost every deck you see this charioteer fighting two sides of himself. There's this sort of instinctual, almost primal energy where security, oh my gosh, I need to feel secure. And then there's the soul part of you that's like, when I reach for my stars, when I reach for my dreams, I know that's why I'm meant to be here. That's what's being offered. And I think it's super powerful to really connect with spirit during this time about how you want to, what it feels like when you're in the new career, because there are inspirations coming that might scare you because they may move too quickly for you. The Death card here in the Angel's Advice is offering you the Phoenix rising, but you're going to have to be able to trust that if you build it, they will come. That's the way I want to put it. Because here's the Knight of Pentacles, and this is a brave hero energy of someone who's willing to build in the material world and to have the tenacity to continue to move forward. I don't know why I thought I heard something. Okay, this is what I want to say too. It almost feels like there's a 2-year process ahead for you, Michelle. When I look down, I immediately see these dragonflies, and the dragonfly takes 2 years as it starts off as the nymph in the water and then transforms into this iridescent, multifaceted light being. And I feel like part of it is this willingness to stay the course and to trust. Like, let's just say you wanted to open something on a platform, and you have to build it, right? So you got to show up every week and there's nobody in the room or no views, but you just keep going and keep going. And if you build it, it will come. And I just really think this is a 2-year process for some reason. It feels good to me. And I want to offer this too, because when you're looking, you put, I'd like to change careers. This career is not a career that comes from your brain about money. This is a career that comes from your heart about what is inspiring for you. I would say this is interesting because, all right, so the Chariot is Cancer. So if I'm to look and see, is there anything indicating what would be the industry? Let me just let me pull one more card. It would, I think it's something to do with, because now I have the Knight and the Queen of Wands. I think it has something to do with an inspired idea that may not come yet. So let me give you a quick little something. Michelle, I'm 65 years old. I think you can all see that today because I look at, and the fires and the winds aren't helping. But when I was younger, there was no YouTube, there was no Yelp, there was no nothing. And I was just doing readings. I didn't write cards. I didn't, write a book or anything like that. And it wasn't until technology caught up. Pluto's moved into Aquarius, and we're going to see technological changes, and we're going to see structural changes that are going to open up new opportunities that didn't exist before. There's a very good idea, potential that something is shifting. And the idea, it won't happen until it may be a 2-year process before the actual avenue opens itself up. I don't know why I want to say that, because it may have to do with the evolution of the world itself, giving you an opportunity. That's how I'm able to do this live stream sitting in my home with my dog coughing in the corner. I hope that makes sense, because it's very exciting. But trusting yourself, following, it could have something to do with the healing arts. I didn't even think of that, because this chariot is Cancer, and Cancer, we have a full moon in Cancer today. 23 degrees is the Aquarian degree. It may have something to do with the healing arts, or even intuitive healing arts, like trusting and intuitive knowing through herbology or through using the earth elements. I'm not quite sure, but I'll just go there. Okay. All right. Let's see what's next. Oh, welcome, Lisa. This is the first time we've ever done this, and I'm definitely going to do it again because this has been super fun for me. Healing arts, good. Sometimes it takes me a minute to, because there's so many people I'm cutting through the energies. Hello, Emily. All right, I'm going to shoot back up to the top, and oh no, I know who's at the top. We've got Tropical Girl, and we've got Mindy, I think it was. Hold on. Are they still here? Yay, I get to scroll really far. Emily, that's who it was. Emily, Howard, and Tropical Girl, and then Mindy. Are you all still here? Emily, is that the same Emily that's up there? Yes. Okay, so I think I'll take Emily next. I don't see the others. Yes, I'm here. I wanted just some kind of hint at what to do for a second career. I'm not a people person, and I feel like that's a limitation I'd like to get rid of. I picked pile 2. Okay. Emily. And what would be a second career for Emily that she would find fulfillment and joy and prosperity and see the greater side of human beings, the more palatable side of people, the more joyful side of people, the easy side of people. Oh, people. Oh, Mindy, you're still here. Okay, you're going to be next. I don't think Tropical Girl's here anymore. Whoops. And you said, wait, let me look, pile 2. Okay. Here we go. We have the Magician, the 5 of Cups, the Justice card, and the 9 of Cups. Well, this is so interesting because it's almost as if you have turned, the old saying, turn lemons into lemonade, or turn poop into manure to make your garden grow. I almost feel like the Magician, you've been through something, and now you're learning how to harness your mind, your energy. This Magician in this deck is see the infinity symbol? She's transforming. She's coming up out of something, and literally the butterflies are dark on the bottom before the light comes up. There was some sort of loss. There was some sort of sorrow. There was some sort of potential ending or disconnection from something. And now comes the justice from that. Now comes the fairness. Now comes the truth. And here's wish fulfillment. as I became intuitive, I used to try to know the meaning of the cards and what the book said, and, study this symbology so that I would be, what does it want me to know? And then as I started listening to John Edward, I started to recognize that spirit uses my own experiences to trigger my intuitiveness. And it became much easier for me to connect. Something is coming for you where you're learning how to connect to your dreams and to what you want and the magic within you. And it's coming as a result of a loss of some kind, or something that brought sorrow, or something that didn't feel, it brought you a sense of, I have no other way to say it, but at the time I almost feel like without that situation you wouldn't have had the tools to be able to birth something. So Emily, I kind of feel like the second career is birthing something that came from something distasteful or unpleasant, and yet through the app, like, okay, let's just say that, all right, I'm going to give you an example. There are these women who created a company called Pulling Down the Moon. It's all about fertility. It's all about the integration of yoga and natural medicine, as well as modern medicine and food and nutrition. And it all came because they kept trying to get pregnant and they couldn't get pregnant. And became very frustrating. So these women came together and created something from their frustrations. That's essentially what I'm trying to tell you, that the magician and this beautiful mermaid are offering you great satisfaction as you transform something that was distasteful and challenging into something that is more, it's almost like your trauma is part of a healing process for not only you but for others. So that's where I'm going. I know we have the North Node in Pisces. I hope that helped. Okay, Mindy's still here. I'm ready for you, Mindy. You don't have to learn in manifesting miracles. Miracles are alignment to your deeper truth. Oh, Tropical Girl's still here. Okay. Do you mind? I told Mindy she could go next. But you're next, Tropical Girl. So stay put. Okay. It is for my highest and greatest good to pursue job in Paris. Sun in Pisces, moon in Virgo, nodal. Oh, you're going to have the South Node in. Oh my goodness. I'll tell you right now, I already can feel it, because to chase your dreams, you're going to have to be totally brave as the North Node transits your sun, how you express yourself out into the world. And that Virgo moon and the South Node is going to mess with you, because you're not going to know where you're going. You're going to have to be egoless to the roadmap, to, Virgo wants to know, it wants to strategize, it wants to plan. And then the Cancer rising is kind of messing with you a little bit, because it can make you go back and forth between trusting your intuitiveness. Okay, I'm going to use I think I'm being called to use this for you, Mindy. Let's see. I think it sounds pretty exciting to pursue a job in Paris. And you said which pile too? Okay. Oop. Hey, Dusk. Well, I have to say, because this just flew out of the deck, there's a big yes. There's passion, there's excitement, there's adventure. This is the fire signs and the beginning of energy. But I'm going to use that as my foundational, and I'm going to go and pull the rest. All right, we see pile 2. So let's see where we're going. There's the King of Cups. There's the 8 of Swords. And there's the High Priestess. Mindy, I almost feel like you think you should go, but you're a little scared to go, and your soul is saying to go, and then your mind is saying, oh, I don't know, what if it doesn't work out? I don't think it matters if it works out. I think it's an adventure, because this feels really fascinating to me and very exciting. Like you could get your hands on something inside of yourself that brings fire and passion. Now, this is interesting, because this is Neptune. This could be Piscean on some level. It's like being I think the king of your own creativity and your own trusting your heart. There's so much Neptune energy on this card that it makes me feel like it's that Pisces again, but the Pisces North Node coming into this stretching for this adventure. Yeah, but there's a little part of you that gets, we all do, will I be lonely? Will I be sad? Can I do this? Can I do that? Oh, Parisians hate Americans. There's all those stories. But intuitively, doesn't this just tell you I have to be vulnerable? I have to at least try. I feel like it is, I really do. I think it's it sounds, not only does it sound exciting, it sounds like I can come home if I don't like it. I don't know why I want to say that. It might be a little disruptive, but I'll pull one more. Just, oh man, I think you got to try. Look at that. The strength card, the Leo, the adventure, the fun. I think that's a yes, Missy. I don't know where you are in the world, so I just assumed it might be a big move. Um, for all I know, you're out in the outskirts of Paris, and you're just moving into the city. But overall, I think it seems pretty exciting. That south node in over your moon isn't going to be easy. I got to tell you, because it's really going to mess with you. It's going to ask you to be super. It's going to ask you to go into your intuitive body. And it's not, that brain, it's not always easy to do. Okay. Next is Tropical Girl. You're up. I hope you go. I think it seems fun. Okay. I am a job seeker. A lot of people looking for jobs. I'm currently interviewing for a role in a specific company. What are my chances to secure the role? Scorpio rising, Taurus sun, and stellium. Does that mean you have a stellium in Taurus in the 7th house? Pisces moon, pile 1. Got it. I'm going to use Star Tarot with you. And it was pile 2, yeah? Pile 1. Got it. Knight of Pentacles. Oh, I like that. The Fool, the Hierophant, and the World. Well, I'm not always, I don't always usually there's more challenges going on, but this looks good. The Knight of Pentacles, I wonder if this has been a 2-year process. And I mean it this way, not that you've been interviewing for 2 years, but you've been in whatever this industry is, or you've been circling this industry and you've been contemplating what you want and you've been sort of observing. Because again, here's this Knight of Pentacles. This is where we see a hero energy in the earth plane, crystallizing, bringing things into fruition. I can't help but see the dragonflies, which is a 2-year process. And all of those feathers just sort of ring to me that I have been connecting with my guides and my angels and seeing above a situation, which is not always easy for this Knight of Pentacles who wants things in the material. Now here's the Fool, major arcana card. 3 of the 4 cards are major, a new adventure, something coming from your heart, something that you want. So this Tropical Girl makes me feel like, and if we think about the idea of your 1st and 7th house axis is a money axis. And here's the Hierophant, the Taurian energy. We see the Bull. We also see the creative ideas. I think something's going on here. Have you been wanting this for a bit, or wanting to work in this area, or wanting to work in this company for a while? Because here's reward in the form of Saturn bringing something sustainable. This is where the Fool gets rewarded for all that he has endured through his journey through the major arcana. So I would say that Yes. And if for some reason, and I'm just going to say this as a little get out of jail free card, if for some reason the position is not available, there may be a different position that is available. Like, I don't know, I think for some reason, I think you're getting it. So that's my answer, is a yay. Yes. Okay. Who's next? Okay. I guess I go back to the top now. Let's see. Pixie, are you still here? Did I do Pixie? I think I did Pixie already. Wasn't she first in the room? I think she was. Yeah, I can't get back any further. I think she was first in the room. Warrior for Truth, you're next. Would you like to? Oh, I see it already. Will I get employment in the near future? Pick pile 3. Okay, you're still here, Pixie, right? I mean, Warrior for Truth, you just were typing, weren't you, a minute ago? Yeah, you're still here. Okay, let's go. Now I already forgot what number it was. Hold on. My brain. I haven't eaten today yet. I was started early this morning and we ran into, where did it go? Dang, where'd it go? Oh, there it is, pile 3. Got it. Okay. Enjoy, Stephen. We'll see you next week, maybe, if you're there. Okay, Warrior for Truth. We're going to use Whimsy with you. Pile 3, if I remember. Dang, I already forgot the question. Was it an employment question again? Will you write the question down for me so I don't have to keep going way back up there with my brain trying to tune in? And I think it was a career question, right? Pile 3. Will I get employment soon? Looking for work. Got it. All right. Pile 3. The 7 of Wands, the 5 of Swords, the Ace of Cups, and the 2 of... Warrior for Truth, it's kind of funny because when I started to tune into your energy, even if you need employment, you can't just get any job. It's almost as if you have to get a job you love. You cannot get a job for money, or you have to get a job that somehow inspires you or you think is fun. When I look at the 7 of Wands, this is like an energy where this woman is crossing an emotional bridge for me. And this is like this is, to me, you recognizing where you are. Like sometimes I look at people and I do jobs, I go, I could not do that job for 5 seconds. If I did that job, I would be a bitch. I'm not saying you would be, but I'm just saying I would be, because here you don't like doing things that are beneath you or that don't play to your talents. And even though you can do them, I don't think it's good for you. Meaning, I think you should pick something that you truly, truly love. This is in the angel's advice. Or something, start praying that you will get something that plays to your talents. I wonder if you're super organized. Are you really organized? I mean, can you put something in a freezer? Can you because they're asking you to think bigger for this employment. If you're not getting a job, then you're applying for things that you actually don't really want, or you don't think that you would last in. That's the way it looks to me. Yeah, I know you're not above doing anything, but you seem too smart just to do anything. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, you can't have a smart dog and then not have it be able to do a good job. Otherwise, the dog creates mischief, So I think this is about almost looking and elevating your expectation. That's what I think, because you're still, this doesn't give us a definitive yes. And the challenge is because I think you can get a job, but I don't know that you always like the ones you get. And then yeah, I just feel like that's a little bit of a challenge. You know what I think for you real quickly, and then I'll move on, is because I just pulled the Four of Swords. So something is going to come in and it's going to bring a sense of ease and rest from the burden. But I still think, yes, you are. You're too smart to take a dumb job. That's what I'm trying to say. And that's what you've done in the past, is take a job for money instead of for stretch. So if you take a dumbass job, pardon my language, then starting to build something that plays to your talents and your skills would then give that dumbass job meaning, so you wouldn't have to hate it so much. I can't even tell you how many times I've worked in places and they think I own the joint, and I don't. I'm like the lowest level human in the place, but I have an attitude, and that's why I guess I was always going to end up working for myself. So that's what I have to say for you, my darling warrior for truth. I think that the job will come when you surrender to the deeper truth of your talents and skills. And then, regardless of education, I will tell you this little quick story. I worked in Hollywood for a long time, and then I moved to Orange County, California, where there's no Hollywood at all. And I had to go find a new job. And I went and I looked and looked and I got some jobs and I hated them all. And then I finally decided I was going to try to be Teri, be the psychic. And so I went on a job interview, and just to be an ass, I told them I was a psychic in the interview. I'm like, because they were asking me like, what do you want? I'm like, look, I'm an intuitive. What can I say? I didn't say psychic. I used the word intuitive. I go, and I know shit. The woman freaking hired me, literally. And that's when it all started. So you might have to be a warrior for your own truth, not the truth of the world, but the truth in your heart. All right, who's next? Let's see where I'm going. I'm going to scroll back up. Money Talks. You know how that works. So if anybody wants to make a donation, they jump to the top of the class. And I learned this from other people. I never ask for money. So I don't feel bad today because I'm not really asking. Ken G, you still here? What happened in disappearance of Lupe, a chef from our local restaurant? Oh my goodness. Put on my detective. Are you still here, Ken G? I don't know if I can get any higher up in the chat. If you're still here, we'll try to address your question. If not, we'll move on to someone else. We got about 15 more minutes. Show your worth. Where's Rhonda? Why hasn't she asked me a question? I just lost a friend who was a 7-degree Pisces rising, but he didn't have the same placements you do. He had a much really challenge. He had Pluto Sun opposition, T-squaring Mars. It was crazy. Wanda, oh, she is warrior. Oh, okay. Sorry. Well, then good. You've asked your question. I'm assuming that our little Ken is good. Okay, good. I'm glad I got to you then. Ken G, I'm assuming you're not here. So I'm going to move on to, well, they left. Okay. Just call me C. Did I do one for you? I think, did I? Yeah, I did. Rajdeep Rutella. Twisha keeps on looking at me at the coaching classes. What are her feelings for me? We've not talked yet. Are you still here? Okay, I don't know if he's still here. All right, well, let's see. Let me go up here a little bit. My eyes are burning. Sorry, guys. Okay, I think I have everybody. Okay. Shouldn't let so much dead silence be on the live, but okay. Well, I think Joyful Jennifer and Sophia, or Sophia and Joyful Jennifer. Does Joyful Jennifer want to ask a question? You did. Oh, motivate. Oh, in a minute. Well, I'll get right to you, my dear. Motivation. Jules, you got lost in the shuffle. What's your question, hun? I think I can get to these last few. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'll do Jules first, then I'll do Dusk. Jules, are you there with your question? I'll definitely do this again, guys, if I don't get to you. This was, I think this went pretty well. Pretty happy about how this played out. Okay, I'm waiting for Jules. I see the question got lost in the shuffle, but I need it repeated. My question got, I see that, hun. What's the question? Hi, Molly. Oh, Molly, is this my Molly and Max? I missed her. Thank you, Crystal. I'm so glad you kept Max's name. I like that. I hope you guys are getting along and you're enjoying your journey together. I'm still waiting for Jules to knock her question out real quick for me. Okay, I might have to move on. Oh, Max's diet. Oh, my goodness. Molly, you know what? I'm going to have you email me because I've got some things to tell you about that. So I'm going to, if you don't mind, I'm going to email you on that. Okay. Because we're getting towards the end and I can only go till 3:00 today. I see, hun. I'm waiting to hear your question, Jules. I'm waiting for you to write it in the chat. You're next. I've been kind of waiting. I can feel her fingers are typing. Okay, I might have to move on to someone, Jules, if we can't get that question written out there in the chat. I might have to come back to you and make you the last one. I'll give it another minute. And I'm going to get to Dusk. All right, Dusk, can you knock out a question for me real quick in that chat and a 1, 2, or 3? They are delayed. Oh, is that what's going on? Thank you, Motivation. I'm going to, at this point, because we only have about 10 more minutes, and again, I've got to get something to eat, and I've got an afternoon appointment. I'm going to take the next person who writes their question in the chat. God bless you. Love y'all so much. Dusk, knock it out for me, babe. If there are any breakthroughs near future, been stuck. Okay, here we go, Jules. And I think you said pile 2, pile 3, quickly. I don't mean to rush y'all, but 1, 2, or 3. 3, got it. Page of Cups, the Tower, the 8 of Swords, and the, oh my goodness, girl, you have been feeling stuck. You're feeling a lack of love in life, and you're very focused on that. God is trying to hand you a gift, my dear, and I will show you this. I have the Page of Cups, okay? This is wanting to feel love, wanting to feel connection, wanting to feel that, you know, that emotion, the flow. Here is the Tower trying to liberate you in many ways from the way that you're viewing things. You're looking at sometimes we get, and Saturn transits can do this. Some of the transits will make us reflective and feel blue and feel melancholy, because that's exactly what the Five of Cups is. It also could represent a breakup. It could represent a divorce. It could represent the loss of a partner, because the page here could be a guy. But God is giving you a gift if you've been going through something and you just can't see it yet, because here's the 10 of Cups. So if this has to do with having a breakthrough about your future and about whether you'll be happy and whether or not you'll find connection, I think you will. But your job is to start to align to that as well, and to say to Spirit, this is what it feels like when I'm flowing, when I'm feeling this sense of value and cherishing life in general. And then do your alphabet. Okay. Then I want to get to, was it motivate? No, Dusk, did you do your question? Wherever you are. I can't leave with somebody putting money on the table. Thank you, Joyful Jennifer. You're so awesome. Okay, Priscilla lives here. Hi. Okay, I just sent it. I don't see it though. Write it in. I'd like to know what the North Node. Okay, I see the transit's going to bring for you. All right, let me look here. Okay, so Uranus is at 3 degrees Pisces. That is a, generational. So that could bring unexpected. I just lost the dang. Okay, unexpected creativity, genius even. The 7-degree Pisces is interesting because you've already experienced Saturn going over both those two things. And this last year would have really brought some stuff. Any pile. Okay. Jupiter in Libra at 1 degree. Oh, that's important, because that's Jupiter is your belief system, your expansion, your wealth. Libra, at 2 degrees of Libra, is a super galactic center where you have an opportunity to experience yourself literally as source energy. So as you align your thoughts, your verbiage, everything's working out for me. Spirit is bringing people to me to facilitate my dreams. All that flowy, forward, receptive energy coming forward towards you will be very, very powerful for you, Dusk. That North Node is stretching to feel that connection to Spirit, to feel the creativity within, to feel the infinity of my soul. That is what we are going to be looking for. Our first angel, I shouldn't say angel, the first tarot card is the Emperor. Then we have the 10 of Wands. Then we have the 5 of Pentacles and the Page of Pentacles. Dusk, have you been going through any sort of physical challenges? Not depression, but literally physical challenges, because it looks to me like there's the potential for those to clear up if they've been going through. But part of it could potentially be because you've been maybe Pisces is a mutable sign, and it very much feels strongest when it's connected. And here, Spirit offering individuality and adventure through the energy of the Emperor. And this is what they want you to stand on. There's been some kind of burden, either through rejection or feeling challenged. You can't see the answers. This is your opportunity and or your obstacle. Sometimes we work harder than we do smart, and it's because we're focused on the challenge versus the solution. And if we can't see the solution, much of that is spending time dreaming, thinking about what would my life be like if I could choose anything I wanted. Because when I look at this, I feel very much like this, as Pluto moves into Aquarius, deeper and deeper, we're going to find that the human experiences their thoughts and things. Like they're going to start to put thoughts out into the universe and literally start to connect the dots. And then those that connect the dots will start to harness that energy. And in the harnessing of that energy, they will experience the magician within. So I think that this is a time for dreaming individually. This is maybe a time for not trying to necessarily take action until it's inspired. That's what I would say. And you know what? That career burnout was your soul saying that one chapter is ending and a new chapter is about to begin. And that physical exhaustion, without it, you might have still played to the wallet. And who doesn't? We look at inflation around the world, and if you're living in the United States, it's crazy here. And we worry about money. It's natural. It's not unnatural. But here, abundance flows where attention goes. It also, abundance blocks when attention is in that block. You know what? Forget patience. Just say that, everything's working out for me. And if there's been a pause, AKA a need for patience, then whatever I'm building, it will be more sustainable as I build it on inspired action. So this is important because this is the new way. I want to offer this too to Duskin. She's going to be my last one today because I've got to, as I said, we're almost at 3:00, and I will do this again. I promise. Might do it on the new moon. We'll see. But this is where I'm going. When Teri started to be Teri, meaning sit at this table 24/7, ask spirit to bring, clients to me as they would be benefit from my talents and my skills. It's the same thing I do with the YouTube channel. And I feel like that, as my staple, as my go-to, as my baseline, is how I am helping to represent as I have lived and literally attracted the people who would best be served and gotten and managed to live my life and continue to be able to thrive, because I trusted my talents and I trusted my skills and I trusted my point of view. And that if I built it, the people who would resonate with that point of view would find me. The jobs would find me. The friends would find me. The abundance would find me. So on this full moon in Cancer, it's an opportunity to illuminate where you have not allowed your intuition to be your true north, to be your true voice, your inner being, your soul. Because most of us, we're afraid of our soul. We're afraid of the power within our soul because it can do two things. Number one, it can alienate us from others, but it also can make us feel extremely responsible for some of the darker things that happen in our lives. And sometimes those aren't really our responsibility, but our opportunity to make a choice. Yes, that's what Capricorn says. Old days, Capricorn, Saturn wars in Pisces, but I don't believe that. Because Saturn ruled the golden age. Saturn gave mankind tools to be powerful, to be abundant. So Saturn too has evolved throughout the ages. And Saturn too wants to recognize that fear is an opportunity to feel empowerment. Because when we walk through our fears and we achieve, there's no stopping us. It's why you hear people say, I can do hard things. So now it's time to call upon the planets and their houses and to start to play to their highest vibrations, because there's always lower vibrations, and we can always find war, and we can always find anger and resentment. So that's it for today. I love you all. This was super fun. I really enjoyed it. So we're going to do this again. Thanks everybody for your contribution and donation. This is one of my little stretches, is to learn to have an even exchange of energy. Sophia, hopefully we'll get to you the next time. And I will be back. So everybody, love you. Peace out. See you Sunday. Hopefully I'll look more alive.